Hello, this video will be about the comparator. To use the comparator, you need to select an annotation first. It can be one you're making or one that's been published in the Philosophy. So let's choose one now. So I'm going to choose the one I was working on the last video. And I go to the comparator. On the left, you will see the phenotypes that you have entered. On the right, you will see the phenotypes that is in another annotation. So if you've chosen an annotation that you're currently working on, it'll choose the one that is clone of. So for example, I have annotation 104, which is a clone of annotation 25. So if I go to comparator, it'll compare my annotation with annotation 25. If you're comparing two annotations in the Philosophy, it'll try to look for one is clone of. But let's say you have these two annotations, which are not clone of one or another. It'll compare against the best annotation. So here you have 3. So let's see how it works. So let's say I want to compare annotation 6 with something else. I go to the comparator, and it will compare with annotation 33 because it has the most number of recommendations. You can always choose another annotation to compare to. So this is pretty cool because you can see at a glance all the phenotypes that have been entered for both annotations. You have the same buttons on top, View in Philosophy, and the Lookup buttons, which again go to the Omen page here, right? If you are working on annotation, you can always click on the pencil button to edit it, or if you're viewing annotations that have been published, you can always view the full annotation by clicking on the pencil icon. So in the comparator, you'll see the same conventions. So red crossed out means that the author of the annotation has declared that that phenotype does not occur in patients with this disease. If it's blue, it means you can click on it for more details. If it's black, it's observed in patients, but they haven't provided additional details. One thing about these badges I didn't mention in the last video. On the left of the badge, you have the frequency of the phenotype. And on the right, you have the onset. So right now, they didn't declare any of this. But for example, they declare it's childhood onset for this particular phenotype. If I go back to the one I was working on, you can see that I actually declared that this phenotype occurs in 33% of patients with this disease. So it comes up as a pie graph for 33%. If it's under 10%, it'll actually show a number instead, because I'm not going to make you read the tiny sliver of the pie chart. You can always hover it to clarify. So again, all the phenotypes are listed by system. And for each system, you have a similarity score. So for example, for this system, the similarity score is 35%. You can read the documentation for the formula for calculating the similarity score. So for this system, you have 48%. So even though you see like there's only one phenotype here and there's 3 here, the similarity score is actually pretty okay for this, because more than one phenotype here can capture the amount of the information as the one and only phenotype here. You can see here that there's nothing for this system, whereas there's quite a few, so it's 0 obviously. Okay, that's it for the comparator. There's going to be a future video that talks about comparing students' annotations that they've done for exercises against published annotations. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.